Hello everyone, and welcome to another beer review. Now, today I'm doing a beer because I was in Aldi about a week ago, and just looking about, see if there's in there to kind of, because a lot of what I think I have noticed is in Aldi is a lot of non-alcoholic lager, well not lager but non-alcoholic beer, but a lot of it's lager anyway, or non-alcoholic IPAs, things like that, and you're thinking, well, you've taken what's really kind of what's left in IPAs, because if you look at craft beer brewers, they've taken everything else out of IPAs and things like that, including fucking enjoyment of it, and now they're taking the alcohol out of it. I mean, there's nothing left there, you know what I mean? Unless you've got use for the can or the bottle, then what's the point in buying it? I could understand people buying it. It tastes rotten, but there's alcohol in it. But now there's no alcohol in it, but it still tastes rotten, What are you buying it? What did you buy it for? Well, this one I'm doing is, I think when it first came out, a few people, a few reviewers were pissing their frillies over it, and because it's a copy, or a kind of, I suppose, a forgery maybe, but I would definitely say it's a copy of Madre. How much it costs? I can't quite remember. I'll put the details in the beer facts below, but if it tastes anything like Madre, then whatever it costs is too much, because Madre is just a load of piss, but it's called Grande. Producto de España. Producto de España. Spanish lager. It must be, because we've got a Spanish flag on it. You've got a man with a fancy moustache, Another wee fancy Dan. Ooh. And talking about fancy Dans and Danny fancies, is the waist back, and I've had a haircut, So light in the head now. I'm so streamlined and, Anyway. I'll be totally honest, I saved £17 since she's come back because she cut my hair. But that's what I don't give a crap how it looks or what it feels like, or even if I feel lighter. I've got 17 quid in my pocket that I can buy beer with. See what I'm talking about, you see? Method my madness, cut my hair off so I can buy beers to review. All adds up, especially when you're a tight arse like me. Right, what does it say on it? Please drink responsibly. Well, if that was the case, I left it in the fucking shelf. Nothing there, really. It's 4.6%, it's a 660ml bottle. 666, as Sean Connery used to say. I used to use that for chat-up lines, by the way. He used to do Sean Connery impressions to chat up women. Shows your knickers. That type of stuff. What colour's your knickers? And I used to like all that, because you never heard. I used to also swear like Sean Connery, because when it was James Bond, you never swore in that. I mean, some of the scrapes you used to get into, there wasn't even a damn or a blast, it's like, never mind a fucking hell. You know what I mean? That type of thing. Oh, shite, Shit there. Pardon? Anyway. Yes, he never asked anybody to take a seat, you notice that? Yeah, just shit there. But anyway, enough of this nonsense. Shall we crack this open and see how bad it really is? Because something tells me it wouldn't be that great. I mean, because Madre isn't that great, so if you're copying a crappy beer, a crappy lager, which of course people actually quite like. I mean, I know there's plenty of people that rave about it, but let's be totally honest, it's piss. It's a manufactured load of bollocks. It's supposed to be a Spanish beer. Spanish, but a Spanish is my ring piece. And it's sat in Spain at one point. Christ, it makes it almost bloody, what do you call it, a citizen, doesn't it? Going with the piss you get in these type of bottles and Madre and all this bollocks and Cruz Campos and all this type of stuff. Oh God, it's very light in colour then, isn't it? There we go. Oh, it's fizzy's bastard, look at that. It's all carbon dioxide. Look at that. Oof. Jesus. Right, there you go. I'm just living the dream here, aren't I? Look at it. Yeah. Christ. Living the dream. There's no stopping it, is it? Look at this. Beautiful. So Look at it. Doesn't even look particularly nice, does it? Right, to describe it, it was going down to a kind of half finger head, kind of light straw colour. With a heck of a lot of carbonation, if you can see that kicking off. Look at it, Jesus God. It's having a right wee party in there with the bubbles. Woo. And there we go, and fancy Dan on the label there, you know, he's probably like, oh, that's going to tickle my moustache. But anyway, what does it smell of? First impressions, absolutely nothing. Second impressions, still nothing. Hope I don't let one go while I'm doing this, because at the end of the day I think we might get back. Look, it smells like a bit like chorizo, you know what I mean? But anyway, no, there's no smell there at all. It's just devoid of aroma. Maybe a little bit of grain, but oh God, there's absolutely nothing there. Got a bit of smell of water. Get more of a smell of water. Right, so we see what it tastes like. Well, there you go. It tastes like it smells. There is nothing there. A little bit of sweetness, not even any kind of grain flavours or anything, just kind of a slightly kind of syrupiness, a little bit of sweetness, and a kind of, I mean, even with all that carbonation, the mouthfeel is a bit kind of soft. I mean, I did one last week. Bought it at the same time when I bought this, and it was in a can, and it was a wee bit overly carbonated, not a huge much, but for it being a can, it was more carbonation than I expected. This being a bottle, I expected this to be more carbonated, but no, this is less. It's like even less than the one I did last week, so there you go. Nothing really there. Let's break down these flavours. Right, at the front of the mouth we get a little bit of sweetness. In the mid-tongue we get a little bit of sweetness. And at the back of the mouth it all just pisses off and just says, oh, we've done enough, we're finished for the day. See you and good night. Any kind of real beer flavours? Well, there's a kind of accenty kind of beer flavour, kind of lagery flavour there, but nothing even stands out as being kind of grains or wheaty or barley or nothing like that. No, just not even really a kind of syrupiness there or anything kind of associated with malt. There's a kind of sweetness and a slight kind of, how would you call it, a kind of, a slightly kind of beery, kind of lagery flavour, but it's very kind of nondescript and very kind of generic. It just feels like as if like you've taken some water, you've carbonated it, you've added some alcohol, a little bit of sweetness, and then just you've managed to get a kind of lager generic kind of flavour, and you've added a couple of little drops to it, and voila, and maybe a little bit of colouring. Or is that from anyway, from past exploits? But anyway, yeah, it just doesn't feel particularly natural. It doesn't feel as if it's actually brewed. It doesn't really feel as if like it's anything really apart from its 4.6%. So again, it's just, this is a vehicle to deliver 4.6% ABV from a 660 ml volume bottle, and that's all it is. It's just a case as though this is a way of easily and efficiently delivering alcohol to your body, and that's all it is. It's designed not to basically be offensive. It's designed to basically go down easy, drink as much as you can, get wired up with the alcohol, and there you go. You can't get better than that, you know. And that's what it's like. All that is just a vehicle. It doesn't taste of anything, just, yeah. I mean, if you're going to compare it to a vehicle, it's probably a kind of like, what would you do, like a Dacia Duster or a Vauxhall Corsa or what other kind of brand, maybe a Nissan Micra or something like that from days gone by. An unoffensive, run-of-the-mill car that, there you go. You know, it'll get you from A to B if you need to go from A to B. It's not going to do it in any style or any particular comfort and that type of stuff, but it'll get you there, and there you go. And you're not going to feel offended by it, you know. And it's like that. This is just a vehicle for delivering alcohol, and it's been set up in a way where not to offer any resistance, not to offer any kind of flavours that people might like or might not like or whatever. It's just like keep it as bland and as neutral as possible, and then hopefully more people will be able to drink it and accept it. So yeah, that's all that is. Apparently it contains barley. So does Scotch broth. And that's got a hell of a lot more flavour. Less alcohol, but it's more enjoyable to actually have. So yeah, this is just a non-event. It's just a lot of piss, let's be totally honest. Just rubbish. Doesn't even taste really like a proper brewed beer. So it doesn't, which is probably, I can see why people are thinking it's a bit of a copy of Madry, because Madry doesn't really taste like a properly brewed beer. All they've done is just taken a cheap nasty lager, twisted the sweetness a little bit, give an easy finish back end, and here's the real big thing. This is the big trick to try and make it a bit more continental. What they do is they drop the carbonation a bit to make it a softer mouthfeel, to make it more continental. There you go. So it's got nothing really to do with flavours and that type of stuff, because there isn't really any decent flavours in there. But to try and kind of sell it to people is to make it easy drinking. Because that's the thing. See, when you go to Spain or you go to holiday to one of the sunshine countries, you know what I mean? Looking for a sea, sand, sex, and end up with a lot of masturbation. You know what I mean? Well, I'm not saying that from personal experience, but I have seen people suffer. But anyway, and they just go there and they just keep making all this kind of local cheap beer, and oh, marvellous, isn't it? Oh, and this is the whole idea, is the kind of sunny continental lagers and all that, they're easy drinking. There's no real flavour to them. They're a bit softer on the carbonation that you get back home, and there you go. You know, means you can wire them back a lot quicker and everything else, easy peasy. And this is what Madry's like, and this is what this is like, is unoffensive, lower carbonation, makes it a softer mouthfeel, get wired in, and there you go. And it's a decent enough alcohol content at 4.6%. There you go. What would I give out of 10? I think I gave Madry. I think Madry was about 2 or a 3. I think it was a 3. What would I give this? Just as bad, just as kind of crappy. And I mean, it really is. It's the bottom of the barrel, let's be totally honest. Although I don't know why I'm saying barrel. It's probably never seen a fucking barrel in its life. In fact, I know it probably hasn't seen a barrel at all. And I'd be surprised if I actually seen a fermentation vessel either. I think maybe it's just a case, it's just a generic with flavours. It's just alcoholic water with flavours added. Nah, it's crap. Right, out of 10, what would I give it? Well, I suppose you could use a bottle if you did home brewing, or if you were some sort of a kind of a nutter, you could use it on other family members. Or if you're a bit of a football hooligan, you can take it down to outside your local football stadium, and you can chib some bastard with it for no reason whatsoever apart from you're an arsehole and you're a nutter, you know. There you go. So I guess a point for the bottle. Nothing else. yeah, 1, just rubbish. I honestly don't know why it exists, but like I say, I think it's just to deliver alcohol to people that just need alcohol because it makes their life better. There you go. So yeah, 1 out of 10, would I recommend it? Well, if you actually like beer, then no. If you actually like lager, then no. If you just want, excuse me, if you just want alcohol, and you want it delivered in a very kind of easy, efficient and unoffensive way, then yeah, this is right up your street. Get wired into it, enjoy. And it works out cheaper than Madry, I presume. I'll put the details of the pricing and all the other bullshit down below. But yeah, it's just kind of rubbish, but yeah. It's made to do a job, which I'm sure it does, but it's not made to be enjoyed. That's probably the best way. It's not made to be enjoyed as a beer. It's just made to be a vehicle to deliver alcohol. So, 1 out of 10, 660ml bottle, 4.6%. Thanks for watching. Cheers, and bye for now.